Today you will learn about the element of form by making a sculpture. Sculpture is the art of making three-dimensional artworks that have height, width, and length. Today you will transform a flat two-dimensional shape, which is your paper, into a 3D sculpture by cutting, bending, folding, and gluing your paper. Before we sculpt, I want you to decorate your paper with line patterns. You will use color on one side and black and white on the other side. I'm using markers. Make sure you use a variety of line patterns. You can make wide lines by holding your marker down at an angle and skinny lines by holding your marker straight up and down. Now that you have decorated your paper, the flat two-dimensional shape, which is a rectangle, you're ready to start sculpting. These next steps are a little bit tricky. They're only tricky because you've probably never done this before. I encourage you to stop and rewind the video so that you can be sure you know all of the directions before you start cutting. So here we go. Step 1 is to draw 2 dots near the middle of your paper. You want them to be about 1 hand width distance apart from each other. So in other words, you don't want them too close together. You're going to do this in pencil. Because I want you to see it more clearly, I will be tracing my pencil lines in marker, but you can keep yours just in pencil. Step 2, you're going to draw a really interesting, crazy, curvy line from the edge of your paper to the first dot. I want you to draw with your finger first. You're going to go up, around. You're really trying to fill the space of your paper and connect to that first dot. Again, you can keep yours in pencil, but I'm going to trace mine in marker so you'll be able to see it more clearly in the video. You can pause the video at any time or rewatch any part of the video if you need to review the directions again. Now you'll repeat this same process, but going from another side of your paper into the other dot. I'm drawing with my finger first. And as I'm drawing, I want to be careful not to get any of my lines too close together. I'm going to make sure that none of them are too close, no closer than about 2 fingers width. Now you're ready for step 3. Step 3 is to cut on both of the lines. It's important that you cut in one long line without taking your scissors out and starting from another edge. You're staying on that line. So you're really going to need to go slow and turn your paper, carefully cutting on the line. Okay, artist, step 4 is to start sculpting. This is the final step. You are transforming a flat, two-dimensional rectangle into a beautiful sculpture. So you just take the pieces that you've cut and start putting them together, and then look with your artist eye. Do you like the way it looks? Do you want to make a change? Do you want to bend? Do you want to fold? Do you want it to be twisty? So you're deciding as the artist what your sculpture should look like. Now, when an artist makes a sculpture, they need to consider the way their artwork looks from all angles, from the front, from the back, from both sides, maybe even from the top. So take time to look at your art before you start gluing it together. When an artist makes a sculpture, they also need to think about the negative space of their artwork. That means the spaces that the shapes, the forms that are created in the gaps and the holes around their sculpture. You probably don't want your artwork to be totally crumpled and squashed together. You need to have some empty spaces in and around your sculpture.